Sure, it's a beautiful place, but aside from the beauty and the quiet reflection, practical people will appreciate the many options. Take a tour and make some serious plans. The Highlands staff will confidentially show you all options and payment plans. Call today, 369-1020, Highland Memorial Park. Peace and reflection for your family.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 10 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, my gosh. How long ago did we have that extreme makeover house in Gainesville that was made over for our friend, the drummer?
Exactly.
Ty Pennington is the name you always associated with that amazing show, and he's an amazing guy. He's on the phone again with us. He's America's favorite carpenter. He's an ambassador for the Heroes at Home for the Holidays campaign. And let's just say good morning. I know it's a short interview with Ty. Good morning, Ty. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Where are you calling from?
I'm in New York today. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of things to really get the word out about Veterans Day and how we can all sort of give back. It's been pretty awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. And so are you doing something in New York specifically, or is that just where you're calling from?
Just where I'm calling from. With Sears, well, actually, it's several different stories, but as you know, I'm working with Sears and with their Heroes at Home project, Heroes at Home for the Holidays, and they've been working, we've both been working with a company called Rebuilding Together, which does amazing things, and over the last 9 years, we were able to raise over $20 million to give back to the veterans that have served this country, and so one of the stories of veterans we're helping out is a lady who came back and ended up homeless and jobless and really had a tough time getting her life together, but then pulled herself up, and then really her passion now is she's opened this center to give back to other veterans. But a lot of these veterans don't even have handicap-accessible doors or bathrooms to even get into. And
my gosh.
Yeah, so we're actually going to put 2 of those ramps in so that these veterans can not only feel better about themselves, but also start that process of making their lives better. And this is a really cool project where between now and November 19th, to go into any Sears store, you can actually help. Just on the checkout line on your way out, you can donate as much or as little as you have to, that really will, 100% of that will go to the veterans.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a really great project that, and as you know from Extreme Makeover Home Edition, I've been able to do some projects that really give back to veterans that serve the country.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing feeling to be able to do that and to see the reaction, knowing that their service is not going unrecognized, and I think that's hugely important for all of us to be able to sort of give them a little bit of honor that way.
The last time you were talking to us was probably more than 3 years ago, and we were in a different studio, and now we are in the mall, and from the window where we broadcast, I can see the local Sears. If I had your arm and I could throw good like you can throw, I could hit that. But I can't hit it.
That's fantastic.
If you could have seen the location we're in before it was redone, you would have been proud of us with our extreme makeover.
That's right.
Nice.
There were 4 of us.
It was a mess. This was a mess, and now it's beautiful. So yeah. So I love what you're doing for the veterans. And so the way we help is pretty simple. We just go to Sears. It sounds like.
That's the easiest way because your proceeds will make a huge difference. And let's face it, the folks at Rebuilding Together have been doing this a while, and they really know what they're doing. And so it's a great way. You can also, there's a Kenmore Patriot Got a Pair washer and dryer that's a huge gift that really goes a long way. You can also do a small ornament that you hang on your tree. There's lots of different things that you can purchase that also the proceeds go immediately toward the veterans, or you can just donate right there at the checkout. So it's those simple things. And if you want to see some of the stories and learn more, you can go to Sears.com/Heroes at Home. But it's definitely a project that I think really is going to make a huge difference, and it's one of those things that gives back to the people that have given so much.
All right, I just went to that website. That's not you. No, that's not you. Who's?
Well, the shot of the really tight jeans, that's me. So.
Ooh, there you go.
I don't see that. I'm looking for you.
You definitely have a huge heart for veterans. You come from a family of veterans, and what you do is you always do about giving back. I mean, you had just written a new book called How Good Design Can Change Your Life, and you really are amazing with all the positiveness you generate.
Well, I've been blessed to have opportunities that, you know what, I can use that creativity and make a difference. And I'll tell you what, that's really what this project is all about as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. So do you have? Robin was telling me your family is. You've got many veterans in your family, and so is that where the warm spot in your heart comes from for veterans?
You know, it's interesting. I have a few, actually, a lot of the males in my family, you know, were in, one flew helicopters, another guy was even in the Korean, but I honestly believe that it was the experience with Extreme Makeover Home Edition that you really got to, you really got to understand the need for that, and not only that, we also got to work with a lot of the actual servicemen, you know, and really understand not only what it's like for the soldier, but also for the family. You know, it affects more than just that one person, and I think that's when you realize that it's a lot of these families that are making the sacrifice. You know, for us, and this is our opportunity to really give back in a way that does make a huge difference, and it gives them the respect and the honor back that these guys really deserve. And so something as simple as being able to walk in your front door, be able to walk into your bathroom, you know, those are things that we take for granted every day.
I know.
And it makes a huge difference to be able to give them that back.
You guys did a show one time. I think it was a guy in Tampa who used to work at a Radio Shack, and he was in the Radio Shack when it was held up, and I think the gunshot from the bad guy made him go blind. Do you remember that story?
I do remember that, yes.
And oh my gosh, and you made the house so that it was so much more blind friendly, if that's a good choice of words, I don't know. But I mean, you guys were always touching us all with everything. You chose people really well. I don't know how you did it. Is that show coming back?
You know, we're working on it. It's TV is an interesting, you know, business.
I know.
It takes a lot of people agreeing on one thing.
Yeah.
But that's what, you know. People ask me all the time about Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and you realize sometimes that a show like that is very special because it's really rare that in television you can have something that you watch that actually does make a positive change in someone's life. And with those stories and those shows and the amount of volunteers we had, I mean, that's something that's so special that sometimes only happens once in a lifetime because it can get the ratings that it got. At the same time, it's also really changing lives in a positive way. And in television, that is just super rare. But exactly, you know, and I think that's what's amazing too is you realize more about people and some of the disabilities and challenges that people face, but to really work with a team of people, especially like Rebuilding Together, who really look into that research and like how can we really make these people's lives much easier. And it is sometimes with the technology that allows them to be able to do things that are touchless, etc. But it can also come down to the basics of just having a ramp that can elevate them to get through a front door. So yeah, these are all things.
And it's just not you, because when you do something like that, you bring an entire community together to help, and then once that family is helped, they give back to the community.
That's right. It's absolutely right. So even on the families that we would help, those guys were so appreciative that they would actually volunteer on the next build that we would do. And so we all became sort of like this huge community and family that would, go help another family. And I think that's exactly the spirit that this project is all about. It's about volunteering and helping.
I think so, too. Let's make sure the listeners know how they can help the heroes, the veterans.
Yes.
It is there's a Sears website, sears.com/heroes at home. And I went to there, and it's kind of self-explanatory. Also go to Sears. Simple as that. And the Heroes at Home for the Holidays campaign. Ty Pennington, it's so great to have you on. One of these days, if you could just come into the studio.
That would be great.
But we're in Florida. Do you ever get to Florida?
You know, I get the feeling there's a builder show that's going to be coming up down there, and I guarantee you're going to see me.
Okay, awesome.
Wonderful.
Awesome. And if Sears is your sponsor, they would love you because you can see the Sears building right from the window here.
That's right.
Perfect. We'll set up right in front.
Thank you, Ty. What fun. So for everybody else, just go to sears.com/heroes at home and have a great Veterans Day. Thank you, Ty. We will be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio. I'm